Hello, good morning to you all. I hope you're well today. Another beautiful, bright day. Welcome to our Totally Beads Live. I'm going to be making some little earrings with you today. I've called them Lupita or Lupita, and they are very, very pretty and shimmery. I think they're lovely. I do love a dangly earring. So a lovely day to all you beaders and makers. Good morning to Linda. She says hello to myself and her beading family, and she's in a bright and sunny Watford. So it's going to be a very quick make for you today. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lovely colours for you to choose from. I think I'm going to be naughty and I'm going to mix them a little bit because I just love these half moons. I can't wait to show you them. I don't think I've worked with them before, and when I seen them I just thought they're such a beautiful unusual shape, and the facet on them makes them twinkle so much. I'm sitting in the dark, to be honest, but when the sunlight catches them, they're so twinkly and so very, very pretty. I'll show you them down on the mat and then I'll take you over to the website. So these are them on the mat. Look at them. So we've got gorgeous blues, almost AB ones. Just hold one up close so you can see. Look at them. We have hint of blue. They're gorgeous. They'd look particularly lovely together. These would look particularly lovely together. They're all going to go really nicely together. This one is just twinkly. And then we also have this one that's in my ear. These gorgeous kind of auburn orangey toned ones. And I really want to put those together. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So if I move them just upwards and show you the shape of them, all we're going to need are these lovely beauties, a little bit of chain, and we've got this gorgeous twisted link chain, ear wires and some jump rings. I'm using a 6x1 outer diameter jump ring just to attach them onto the chain. Ruler wise, you could do with one, you don't have to. You can always just count your links. I'm using for each earring about 3 centimeters of chain, which is a 1¼ inch length, with this chain particularly. So I'm just using 9 links. So I am just going to be doing a little bit of counting. So you don't necessarily need to have a ruler or anything to measure. You can just count out your links. 2 pairs of pliers, just something to open up your chain and open up your jump rings, and that's it. That's as simple as it is today. So I will have a little look in the comments now. A lot of you have come in. I'll say good morning to you all, and I'll take you straight over to the Totally Beads website so you can get your kits should you wish to play along with me. Good morning to Lisa. Hello to Judith. Oh, she says it's dull and cold here in West Lothian. It was meant to be a little bit cooler yesterday, and it wasn't. It was so beautifully warm. It's like a proper summer's day. So I've done a little bit of gardening. I did a little bit of venturing out yesterday with my little one and some friends, and I'm going out this afternoon to celebrate my friend's birthday, so I'm very excited. Rachel says good morning from a sunny and bright Barrow. Anne is in, wishing everybody a good morning. Hello to Heather, hello to Debbie, good morning to Lisa and Carol. Heather says, ooh, one's already landed in my basket. Which one did you go for, Heather? Good morning to Joanne. She says, the sun is shining again today. Beautiful blue sky. And these are gorgeous beads. They really are. They're perfect all year round. I know most beads are perfect all year round, but I think these would look gorgeous, at like your festive parties, because they're a little bit of glam. But I also think on a sunny day like today, when the light catches them, they're gorge. Good morning to Joanne. Hello to Barbara. She says she's going to catch up later and she hopes we all have a good one. Thank you, Barbara. Anastasia's wishing us all peace and love from Atlanta in the USA. Jan saying it's overcast, and Heather's gone for the light blue. Oh, right, let me take you over to the website so you can see exactly what Heather's chosen. So here we go, totallybeads.co.uk. Head straight over to the website and head into the video tutorial category, whichever you prefer, which way you want to get into it. These are the earrings today, Lupita crystal earrings. I'm going to stop kicking my stand if I can. We have them in auburn, which is that beautiful, very light, soft, orange tone to them, orangey gold, really gorgeous. They're all on gold colorways. I've chose the gold chain to match the jump rings and the ear wires. The ear wires are nickel free. You could, if you wanted to just get some of these lovely half moon shapes and you want to put them on silver instead, you absolutely can do, but I think they all look gorgeous on the gold. We've got the electric blue, which I love as well. We've got the hint of blue, we've got the lemon, and they're your colour choices today. Am I missing one? I'm missing one. I checked that this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what am I missing? I'm missing an AB. I'm pretty sure. So I will check with Simon as soon as the live finishes and see if we have got them mixed and if they need adding on. There's definitely none hiding on the page. I'll show you what we have in the kits. Hopefully there's no feedback. Is playing up my end, but I think it's okay your end. So we have these gorgeous crystal moon beads, the chain, the jump rings, and the ear wires. That's all you need. These are your dimensions. Your chain is twisted oval, 8 by 6 and 5 by 4 millimeters. You're getting your crystal half moon beads. These are 11 millimeters in size. I'm using 8 for a pair of earrings, so 4 on each. So if you wanted to mix them up, you absolutely could do. If you wanted to buy, an extra 2 or 4 pieces of these and mix them up with something else, you can do. And the jump rings in gold plated are 6 by 1 outer diameter as well. So they're your beautiful auburn. These are your electric blue. Checking you can see that I'm okay. Again, all the same components, just different coloured half moon beads. We have the hint of blue there. Maybe it's a stock issue, because I'll be honest, if I knew these existed, I'd have got them long ago. This is your lemon. So it's kind of like a warm tone to them. They are like a clear crystal, but they do have a little brush of like a lemony zest to them. Making myself hungry. I wonder if I type in crystal moon beads, if we have any extras. Yeah, it's the crystal AB, which aren't on the list. So if you wanted to get them too, you could do, but I'll double check with Simon and see, because I'm using all of the colours there. It's just that one missing. But you can see them there as well if you want to. And these are the kits today. They are all £4.50, a really good reduction. They should be £6.99 for a pair of earrings, and you're getting them for £4.50 today. So you've got that lovely 10% off offer. Shall we head back down to the mat and get making? because it is a really, really quick make. I know, Mina, I'm missing the Crystal AB colour. Heather says they are on the website, so I don't know if they're not just showing on mine or whether there's a stock issue and these decided to hold them back, or it's been an oversight, but I will check them for you. Heather's saying the beads are lovely. They're just beautiful. Hello to Mina, by the way. Good morning to you. Hello to Anne. She says, dark sky, but the sun is breaking through. Oh, Linda, happy birthday for yesterday. I hope you had a lovely day. Did you get anything nice? Did you get any jewellery or jewellery making bits and bobs? I hope you had a lovely day. Right, let's bring the mat up and let's get making. Really, really straightforward. I will move them up slightly so we get a little bit of focus. So I'm picking out my beads. For one earring, I'm going to use 4 beads, and I'm going to be naughty and I'm mixing up the auburn with that electric blue colour because I think they would just look beautiful together in tone. I'm going to get my chain and I'm going to cut a little length of chain, which is about 3 centimetres in length, which is about 1¼ inches. And I'm just going to count 9 links on that. So I'm going to just take the very bottom link and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to open the link up. So they're not soldered. They do have little openings and it is twisted, this oval chain. So you just have to find where it opens and then you just open and close like a jump ring. And we're just going to make sure that close is fully closed. You see there? Because we don't want to lose our beads and we don't want to lose our ear wires. So I'm just going to cut, obviously, for 2 earrings. I'm going to need 2 lengths of that chain, so a whole 6 centimetres in total, not much at all. I'm going to then take my ear wire and I'm going to open it up again. I'm just going to open up the ear wire rather than the chain. It's got a little loop on the bottom, so I'm just going to flick that up. I'm going to add on my chain to the ear wire. So don't need to open it up much. I'm just making sure I've got that last link. And then I'm going to close my ear wire over. Now I put my ear wire on first just because it gives myself something to hold on to. They're not particularly long earrings, but it will just keep that open for me. You can do this 1 earring at a time, or you can do it as a pair as you go, whichever works for you. So 9 links of chain and sliding the ear wire onto one of the very end links. And then I'm going to arrange my crystals. So if you've chosen the half moons and you've just got one colour, they're all going to go on in whatever order you want because they're all the same. If you are mixing them up, then have a little play around whereabout you would like them to hang. Obviously, they look much better when they're in because they dangle down with gravity. When I lay them flat on the table, they don't look as good because they're jewellery, so it's meant and designed to be worn. But you can see the way they hang is roughly like this. I'm having 1 on the top, 2 more central, and then 1 on the very bottom. And I'm just going to be attaching those on with my jump ring. So I'm going to need 4 jump rings for 1 earring. And I'm going to just open them up and close them. So I'm going to take my pliers. Any pliers will do. I prefer to work with 2 pairs of chain nose, really. I just want something that's flat on the inside. Sometimes you can get pliers and they've got like jagged kind of teeth, I suppose, on them, and that can really mar your jewellery. So 2 pairs of pliers, taking as much surface area as possible. You can see that opening is at the top. I'm just going to give it a little turn towards me. Again, you don't have to open it too much, but just play about with it just to make sure it's opened enough to slide on that beautiful, it's almost like a watermelon slice shape. And I'm just going to attach that on. So the first one I'm going to attach on to the 3rd link from the ear wire. So the pattern I'm using, and I just want it to be whatever's on one to be on the same earring, so I've got that symmetry. You can change up whereabout you place these beads and therefore how they will hang and what position you want them to be. But I like to do them this way, and whichever way you do them, just make sure you do it on the same on the other earring. So I'm going to go for my first one on the 3rd link. The next bead's going to be on the 5th link of the chain, then the 6th link, and then the very, very bottom, which is the 9th. So I'm just going to count from the top of that ear wire, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to just place that jump ring through the 3rd link on the chain and then close it up. So again, just taking my pliers and just making sure it's fully closed. So that's the first one. I'm going to open up my other. So I'm just going to grip it with my pliers. Doesn't matter which pliers I'm using. Tend to find the chain nose, if you have got 2 different ones, are my preferred to open and close a jump ring and do chainmail. So I pop that in my more dominant hand. I'm then going to add on one of these gorgeous electric blue. You can see the drill hole in that. Although they're quite unusual shaped beads, the drill hole is fairly central but close enough towards the top just to get that jump ring in, and it will add a little bit of movement. So the next one is going to go on the 5th link. So I've put the first one on the 3rd. So 2 down, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to slide it on through the link in the chain and then close it up. So to close it up, I'm holding with my pliers and I'm moving with my dominant hand. So the other hand just stays still, and it clicked then, so I know it's fully closed. You can see it's just the tilt of my wrist, so my knuckles facing up and then opening and closing, that's just twisting. It's a really, really straightforward make, but they make very pretty earrings. I might wear these ones tonight while I'm out celebrating. I don't get out much, you can see when I'm excited. Opening up the next one, I'm going to go for the electric blue again, sliding that on, and this time I'm going to put it on the 6th link, so just 1 down from the last. So I'm just getting the link there and sliding it on. I want it to sit on this side. Closing it over, and then my last one I'm going to put directly on the bottom, so the 9th link. Little twist open, sliding on my bead, and then on the last link it's just going to sit on the very, very bottom, and then closing that over again. A really lovely beginner make. Anybody can make these, and again, sometimes simplicity is key when you've got these gorgeous components. I love those colours together. And you could add more, you could add less if you want. I think 4 gives me enough chained angle, but yet a full E-ring towards the bottom. Heather's saying I may have to get extra of those. I'd make the most of the offer today if you wanted to get them, because they're only £4.50 and they should be £6.99. So it's a really good discount, given. Did that share the page then? No. Yeah, if you go on the Lupita page on the website, on the makes, you'll see we've got a really good offer on today. And it's a nice quick make, so anyone can make them and anyone can look absolutely lovely in them. Hello to Phoenix, she says, oh, I love sparkles. Alive sparkles. And Natalie, better send Dinos too as a half term. No, he's at me mum's. She's being, you're not seeing Kath in the comments, it's because she's entertaining my little, and I'm so grateful to her. Honestly, I don't know how people cope during half terms while working. I'm very, very fortunate. I've got the job that I do, so I can predominantly work from home. And he's a very good boy. So I'm just opening up my, she's a very good nanny. I'm just opening up my jump rings, ready. So 4 jump rings. I'm going to go again for my next E-ring. because if I'm going out and wearing them later, I'm going to want a pair. So I'm going to take my jump ring and slide that on through. Just give it a little wiggle. It should go on just lovely. And that's going to just sit right in the middle of that jump ring there. Sometimes it's difficult to get a bead onto a jump ring because not only have you got to get the size of the jump ring right for the drill hole, but your jump ring's obviously curved. It's got that curve in it, and sometimes if you have a normal round bead, that drill hole goes right through the middle of the bead, and obviously depending on the size of the bead, you won't get the jump ring through because of the curve. So inside the bead, you've got that straight line of a drill hole, and your jump ring wants to curve upwards. Whereas because these are the beautiful kind of half moon shapes, you can see just how slender that is from the top. You can see the exit hole is really, really close. So they're ideal for just threading straight onto the jump ring. So I've got 9 links on my chain, popped on my ear wire. I'm going to take my first jump ring and I'm putting it on I'm going to take my first section of chain and I'm putting it on the 3rd link. So I'm not counting the loop from the ear wire. I'm just going 1, 2, 3, and it's just going to go on to that 3rd link here. Now your links in your chain are lovely and twisted as well, which is also just going to give that extra little shimmer. I've put it on the 4th, so I'm just going to go back up and add it onto the 3rd, just so they're nicely balanced as a pair. There you go. And then I'm just going to close it up. Making sure that I'm just opening and closing the jump ring and I'm not crushing that crystal at all with the jaws of my pliers. The next one is going to go, to put them down. So I'm just holding on to the tip of the jump ring while I slide it through my next bead. And then this one is going on the 5th link. And closing that over. I'm going to go for the electric blue again. Oh. And this one's going to go on the 6th link, so just the one below. And I'm just going to pop that on the other side. So obviously, as your chain goes across, you've got your next link in the middle. So you can place it kind of either side of that next link. If I put it on the opposite side of the 5th one, it should hang so they go either side. Don't think I did there, but we'll see. Twist into close. And then to finish, I'm going to take my gorgeous auburn half moon bead, slide on my jump ring, which again is 6x1 outer diameter. And then the last link, which is the 9th link, the very bottom, I'm just going to add that on and close it over. So there you have your lovely earrings made in all of 5 minutes, if that. I will show you them again on the website and you can see what colours we've got today. Mina's saying it half term slightly different. Make the most of it, Mina. Make the most of the peace and quiet. They're off loads. I mean, I'm not complaining. When I worked in education, I never complained. But they're off like every month now at some point. So yeah, making will be fun. I'll try and keep certain ones quite simplistic, just in case he does come and join me on the occasional day. And then when I know that he's going to be occupied, we'll do more complicated make. I've got loads coming up for you in terms of wire creations, chain mail, stringing projects, macrame, rat tail, all sorts of things coming up. Hello, Susan. How are you doing? think Phoenix is talking about her lovely makes that she's been busy doing. Lisa says, very pretty. Thank you so much. I will put these in. So these ones here that I'm wearing are the auburn. These are the ones I've just made, whereas a little bit sneaky, and I added in the lovely electric blue with the auburn because I love kind of oranges and blues together. They're a nice length. They're not too long. From the very, very tip of your ear wire, these are going to come in at, if I can measure them for you, about 5 centimetres in length, which for those who work in inches is about 2 inches, I would say. They're just really pretty, and honestly the light in here is just not doing them justice. They twinkle so much. So back onto the website so you can see what I've been making with, if I can. Okay, I'll stop sharing the screen and we'll go back. So on totalybeads.co.uk, you'll find the Lupita earrings here on the website in our video tutorial section. We have the auburn, the electric blue, the hint of blue, and the lemon. And we may just be able to get the AB ones up there for you as well. They're £4.50 for a pair of earrings. They should be £6.99, and they are very, very lovely in colour. The colours aren't doing them justice. Like even here on my mat or on the website, they are absolutely beautiful. You've got the most gorgeous facet with them. So if I press that one maybe, yeah, if I bring them back up again, they're called Lupita Claire, Lupita, Lupita. So these are the hint of blue. So they look clear, but they do have that hint of blue on them. There you go. You can see the colour a little bit more there. And look at that checkerboard facet. Absolutely gorgeous all the way around the edge. And again, that lovely curve. So they're the electric blue ones. These are the little hint of lemon. So if you can see there, they've got that lemony tone to them, but they also have almost an AB kind of coating, because when the light hits them, although they look lemon, you can see occasionally those little flashes of pinks on the corner. Judith says they're lovely. I think so. These are the electric blue. I just want to twinkle them. Look at them. You can see the facet on that. Absolutely gorgeous. These are the auburn. Ooh. So you can mix them up if you want to get some extras. If you're buying them individually on the site, I think you get 2 in the pack. I'm using 4 per earring. But of course, if you're going to get the kits, you're going to get all 8 beads to make that beautiful pair. And then just to be naughty, because it's not there at the moment, this is your AB. So AB standing for Aurora Borealis, so you can see that kind of petrol twinkle finish, all the colours in the rainbow. They are gorgeous, Jan. Phoenix says those blue and auburn are stunning. I know, well that's why I had to just be naughty and put them together. I love them. You're very welcome, Anastasia. They are the simplest, quickest makes. But as I say, sometimes simplicity is key when you've got such gorgeous components. You can do whatever you want with them, but I just think for me, they're designed to dangle, and they've got that lovely movement to them. So if you like them, please check out the website. I'm going to be back with you on Monday. Don't know what I'm making Monday. I think it's a necklace. I I think I'm going to do a necklace with you on Monday. And then on Wednesday next week, if I've got my scheduling right, I'm going to do a little Easter make with you. And I'm going to make, if I've got the schedule right, I'm going to make a bird's nest pendant with you. Now, I made these. They were one of my first ever lives. I did them about 4 years ago. And I don't know whether it was like the Sunday beader that I came on with Totally Beads for, or whether it was an actual project, but I was that wet behind the ears starting out doing the live. I had the lovely Kitty with me, and we split the screen and I showed you how to make them. I'm going to change them up. I'm going to make little, well, you can make earrings with them, you can make pendants with them. Last time I made them, we did rings and all sorts, but I'm going to add a little extra component into this because I just think they're going to be perfect for Easter. If you're looking to make little gifts or you're wanting some spring bling, then Wednesday is going to be one for you if you can come and join me. Carol saying, is there a jump ring small enough to go through a size 11 seed bead? Yes, there is. It depends. It depends on the size, not of your seed bead, but again of the drill hole. And sometimes if you've got a silver lined seed bead, it has a coating on the inside through that drill hole as well. On Totally Beads, we do a range of jump rings in different sizes, and we do them we refer to them as the outer diameter. So we do like 4x1s and 5x1s, which are smaller in size, but you can also get a thinner gauge of the metal. Now, most of the jump rings that we would use, or I would use, would be by 1, so a 1mm or an 18 gauge wire. That's the thickness of the wire, not the size of the jump ring. We do them 0.7 as well, which are thinner. So I'd say trial and error, Carol, but probably a 0.7 would do you, I think. Depends what you... Sometimes it's nice if you're making a seed bead bracelet, for example, you can put the jump ring directly through the seed bead when you're like, attaching your clasp. I have got a make coming up for you, which will involve adding seed beads onto the jump ring. And that is for a necklace design that I'm going to do. I've not started it yet though, so I haven't quite sussed it. I think I'm using large seed beads with that. I think I might be using an 8 or maybe even a size 6, but it might be it's definitely a bigger size seed bead. So I will keep you posted on that if that's okay for you. If you find the answer, do let us know. Joanne says, so sparkly. Phoenix is asking, what colour will your mum steal? All my samples go back to the warehouse. I'm very well, say all, maybe the ones I make on the demo might somehow just stay in my collection. Mum can have whatever she wants. I owe her a lot for looking after my child. I'll make you extra. Linda saying thank you. Heather saying I need Easter gifts. I won't give you a sneaky peek because I think it's on the bus somewhere. I don't even know where to put it. Oh, it's dangling over that way. But we've got some lots of lovely spring makes coming up for you. And I think I've answered all the questions. Joanne says, I've tweaked it in a magpie. Thank you, Natalie. Lovely tutorial. Have a fab day. Look forward to Wednesday. I'm here on Monday as well. Monday is just as lovely. And she's going to go and make something for her daughter, which is lovely. Carol says, thank you. Therefore, when I make brick stitch earrings to hang from, yeah, in that case, I'd probably try a point. I'd try maybe a 4x7 or a 5x7, so it's smaller. We do these size like a 6x7, I think, as well. Have a little look on the website. Sometimes you can always call them. They're going to love me for this, but if you call the website, the warehouse, and maybe ask them, they'll try one for you. So they'll take a seed bead out and just try it and see if it works. So you can figure that out before you actually start making. Or you could always try with a little bit of wire if you wanted to. You could do kind of like a little wrapped loop, putting the wire through the top of the seed bead and then bringing both ends together and do a little wrap loop that way if you needed to in a pinch. Right, I'm going to go, and I hope you all have a very, very lovely week, and I will see you next week, everybody. Take care.